Hello, this is Lane Campbell, and I'm going to be reviewing mechanic that I created for the project so that no one will cry. My mechanic is called the Alert Enemy. And you start out in the level with a big glass. I wanted the player to be able to see the alert enemy from a safe distance before actually encountering it. So that's the purpose of this starting area. Also tried to put the hiding spots, the lockers, very close to where I would assume they would be looking through so that they can learn that they can hide inside of the lockers. Now the way that the alert enemy functions is that if it sees you, it starts to make a noise that alerts the actually lethal enemy to your location. And I wanted to make sure that you had to interact with it. Also, you see this pop up on there telling you that you better hide or else the monster's going to find you. There we have our lose condition where the lethal enemy made contact and I've got to start over. Now that I've seen that text warning me about the noise that the ghost is making, you shouldn't see it again. Yeah, see, it doesn't pop up anymore, just the first time. Once the alert enemy loses sight of you, he just disappears for about 20 seconds or so before reappearing. I'll get over here to a safer area to wait and watch for him to come back up. Oh, there he is. He just respawned and starts patrolling again. And here I introduce our tried and true generator mechanic that are in many of the levels that we've created. But it's in a safe environment where no enemies are. The player can learn how it works. Coming from the the previous sprint, my level where I had a small enemy that slowed player down, I felt like it ended up a lot more difficult than I really was happy with. So I tried to make sure that I didn't make a level that was too difficult. Here we see there are two aisles over here where there are two enemies patrolling through. They're not able to see me through this shelving. I'm able to see them. And at the end of each aisle is a piece of a generator that I need to put in. Or put together, rather. And the enemy is just patrolling down over here. Just back and forth. Oh! That guy saw me. Had my back turned to him. But, yeah, the object is to get down to each one of these ends of the aisles and put the generator back together. Oh, he saw me. The enemy also cannot see me through this shelving. I'm going to go ahead and test out one of my checkpoints though, so I let him get me. Hit retry, and I start again inside this room, and we see that the parts that I had previously put into the generator are no longer there, and I'll need to get those pieces again. Oh, he saw me. The alert enemies also, like lose quite a bit of their speed as they're chasing you. So we'll see him start to move a bit slower, but he is going to try and follow me to keep an eye on me. But he does lose track of you pretty easily, because I didn't want to make it so challenging that the player couldn't get away from him. That's also why I have him despawn for a little bit. Give the player a little bit of breathing room. Alright, I've got the generator put back together. I'm going to activate this. Noise from the generator is going to make the enemy come check it out. Also, that guy tried to tell him about me. Right, he ran down that way. Just in case the enemy happened to follow you down this corridor, I added plenty of blockers for the player to hide in to escape him. That was the end of the practice action block, and now we're here in the master action block. It's got 3 alert enemies patrolling through all these aisles. Once again, we're trying to assemble another generator. The enemy, he can't see me through this glass, but he's just going to patrol up and down this little corridor here, and he won't come out unless one of these alert enemies see me. So this one is more challenging than the previous ones, but you know, that's also kind of the point of a master action block. I do feel like it is still not near as difficult as my previous level, so I think I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. He saw me. Let's see if the enemy is gonna come all the way down here. Ooh, he came really close. When arranging the nav points for these alert enemies, I tried to make sure that there were like little spots for them to hide. You know, they kind of come right up to. Oh, he's gonna see me. Well, let's go ahead and test my second checkpoint. So here I am at this door. It's already locked behind me, and the pieces of the generator are back where they started. But yeah, I tried to make sure that there was like a little bit of hidey areas. So like here is one hidey area that the alert enemy will pretty much just come right up to the edge of the casing, like around here. So he's not able to see me while I'm over here through the shelving. Give the player a little bit of refuge from these guys. If they didn't despawn, this would definitely be too challenging, I fear. Oh, he's gonna come back around this way. This guy in the middle is a little hard to predict because he's actually got 4 different nav points and he picks a random one each time. The other ones just have 2 nav points to go between, so you always know where they're going. Enemy's gonna go that way, so I'm not too scared of him. Oh, this guy saw me though. You definitely gotta watch your back in this area. Can't stay in one place too long. You gotta be careful where you're going or else you're gonna get seen. This guy, he just comes straight down. I can get around him like this. He's gonna come all the way down again, but I should be safe in this little hidey area. Here we go. Now I gotta watch out for that guy. It worked out well. Just one piece left. The only thing that I worry may be a little difficult is this lever piece. Just because you gotta go and look down this narrow hallway, which is easy to miss if you're going too fast, but I think it's maybe just the right amount of challenge for the very end of the level. He saw me. The enemy's gonna go that way though. Oh, he's coming this way now. It's also the reason why I made sure to put lockers around this area. I knew you're probably not ever going to play this part of the area and not get seen by one of these guys. It's very tight. Enemy's gonna come check that out. Now he's chasing me. I'm gonna run right out and end the level. And that was my alert enemy mechanic. Thank you for watching.
Hello, my name is Lillian Truex and I am a part of Team Lunar. This is our Sprint 4 Milestone 2 build here in Perforce. The mechanic I worked on for this sprint is called Broken Door. So it is a door that is sealed shut and the player is required to have a crowbar to open it up, and it has button mash functionality. Level select. I also made this widget here so that way you can go to different milestones. Be this one right here. Yeah, so I duplicated the door and that we had for other ones, locked door, and I did put the out of order tape on there. I also made a lot of the dialogue widgets, as you can see here, to help communicate feedback to the player of what they need to do to progress. So it says, seems like the door is broken shut. I bet if I find a crowbar, I could pry it open. And I also made this one where it says, I bet I could hide in the lockers if I feel I'm in danger. That way, just to communicate to the players that they can hide and interact with these things. That way, we have seen in play testing that people don't always know that they can interact with these until they're very close to it and the interact button comes up. So if I grab my crowbar, I can go there and do a button mash system. The crowbar breaks afterwards. Go in here, hide in here. The crowbar does break afterwards, as you can see, and you'll see later on. I'll have a HUD in the bottom right corner that signifies to the player that they do in fact have a crowbar. I also made this level very linear, and you'll see that I tried to use IPM very well in this level, where in the first part of you opening the broken door, it's in a safe area. Here, there is a bit of danger when grabbing the crowbar. But when you do slide through, the enemy cannot get to you. So that way you are safe when you are opening the door. When you go through here, he will start to lose interest. But I also made it so that, as you could see, the HUD will appear when the player has a crowbar and disappear later on. But the player was safe when opening that door, but in danger when they have the crowbar. Now, in this next one where you'll see there will be danger at all times in that level. So that is the mastery. The enemy can go everywhere, including to the door, while you're opening it. So, gonna. Oh, I did want to show. I also made this dialogue widget as well for the lightbox button. Okay, and it's filled all the way. Just gonna wait for him to go away. Gonna hide in there. I did want the space to feel very closed in when it's about the enemy. I'm quickly gonna go over here and do a button mash and open in here. As you can see, it's very linear where you do have to go around to those broken doors, those tipped over shelves to get through. That is the only way to really get to this area. But the enemy can fit in there if they would like to. I'm gonna go over here to the windscreen. I will show you some of the saves. So if the player does die, Keith and Lane, my other teammates, they worked really hard on the crowbar save functionality as well. So I'll open that, and I'll show you that when you die, the door will remain open. Oh, as you see, you went through this checkpoint and the door is now open. Now, if you grab a crowbar and head through a checkpoint, I still have the crowbar. Yeah, that is my mechanic and level prototype presentation. I hope you liked it. Now will be our next teammate, and they will be showcasing their mechanic and level for the sprint. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed.
Hi, this is Keith Patty for Team Lunar, and I'm going to be doing a demonstration of my mechanic, the cage trap, for our project so that no one will cry. To talk about the mechanic a little bit, the cage trap itself is a giant cage that can be interacted with by the player to draw the monster in. He will be trapped for a little bit, break out, and the cage can be repaired with the crowbar blueprint, which was designed by my teammate Lillian, that she used for her broken door level. And I'll get into the collaboration of that as I demonstrate the level. But to start it off, we load into this space here with the desk on the right and the monster roaming in the room to the left through the glass window. And if we walk up to the desk, we see that these lamps can be interacted with, and this was done to kind of keep the player lingering here for a moment, just to kind of see what's going on with the cages, that there's 3 of them. They have an open, trapped, and repair state. And basically, I wanted the player to just kind of absorb the information that was in front of them, that the monster can be trapped in the cages and that they'll break, and that the crowbar can be used to repair the cages. So once we turn around and press this button, we see that the lights flash and the sound effect plays, and he starts doing his animation once he's drawn in and trapped. On the 3rd play of this animation, he's going to make a vocal sound effect that will indicate to the player that he's about to break out. And after this first cage is broken, the door next to us is going to open up, and we're going to see that we can move on after seeing the entire demonstration of the mechanic. And that's what I wanted for the introductory phase, is for the player to just kind of have to absorb the information that the cages work and they can be repaired. And these are the crowbars that I mentioned were designed by Lillian for her broken door. The only thing that I really took care of here that I'm about to demonstrate with the doors and the crowbar themselves is the actual repair functionality for the checkpoints. So we see that we've already hit a checkpoint, and we've taken a crowbar off the shelves. I'm going to take another one, and we didn't have a crowbar when we hit that checkpoint. I want to point that out. And this cage was broken when we hit the checkpoint. So I'm going to go and lose and get caught by him real quick and hit retry. And we see there's no crowbar in our UI. Both crowbars I picked up are back on the shelf, and the cage is in fact broken again. And I do want to point out this little UI. Lillian whipped up a bunch of UIs for us, like these locker UIs, to give a little bit more indication for the players. So there's a bunch like the locker and the cage for various mechanics that she whipped up for the level. And this back room with the button is just another room with some lockers in it to really communicate that the player can hide in them. Okay, so we're going to grab a crowbar and repair it. And we'll see that this button is going to activate again. And now we can get into the practice section of the level, where the player will have to use the light box, which is only a single interaction thing. They just hold the button, and they have plenty of time to get this done before the monster breaks out. But they just have to be quick. As long as they're fast about it getting there, they will have more than enough time to get out and get through this door before the monster thinks about seeing them. And once they cross through this door, we can see that familiar trick that I used in my last level to open the door on the other side and send the monster through it. And we have a light box here just to ensure that the player won't beat the AI to their checkpoint before the AI hits that door closed checkpoint, because if they do, the door will stay closed. And I've kind of figured that out through level design and placement as to why that door has stayed open after checkpoints sometimes, is that the player's just beating the AI there, and the door is saving its open state. But I put this light box here to prevent that, essentially, because the checkpoint will be after the door that this opens. So we'll get this done. And we have crowbars, and we have another cage, and we have a more complex puzzle this time, generator. So with that, I'm going to start lowering him into the cage and start getting the generator put together. And I do want to point out that I know where all these pieces are, obviously, and I'm sure like that's obvious. But when I was kind of having trouble remembering early on, I was having a lot of fun kind of trapping him into the cage and repairing it and trying to figure out where the pieces are, and running away from him at the same time. His controls are completely random, so you know, just walking for this room, I should say. So I'm gonna go get that cage repaired. And this is, like I said, where the player will actually mostly have interaction with the monster itself, while trying to get the cages repaired, find crowbars, and everything else. On me. Oof, that was close. I guess that's what I get for not putting him in a cage. Alright, come on. Get in there. Alright, now I'm gonna go get that generator piece. And I do also want to point out that since the generator draws him in when it's turned on, it'll also be a good idea for the player to probably make sure he's trapped before activating that, because it is a pretty small space and he'll be coming in to investigate from wherever he is, which won't be very far away. So I'm just gonna put him in here for good measure, and just show the mechanic, and we can open the door, and this is where we'll hit the wind volume. But that's the cage mechanic and the level prototype for it. I really like the way it came out, and I'm very happy with the collaboration that went into this mechanic. And I think it'll make for a great iteration later on, when we do have like the locked doors and the cages in the same level. So yeah, I'm very excited to see where we can take this mechanic, and I hope that you enjoyed watching the video and the mechanic demonstration. And thank you for watching. I'm going to pass it on to my next teammate for their level presentation and mechanic demonstration.
Hello everybody, my name's Michael Baltazar, and today we'll be going over the mechanic that I made for the second milestone of So That No One Will Cry, the horror game made by Team Lunar. So all we have to do is run So That No One Will Cry, give it a second, splash screen, go to level select, Milestone2, and the mechanic that I specifically made is Simon Says. So all you have to do is click Simon Says here. You spawn in this little room. Well, first door closes, second door closes, and now we play Simon Says. So we click start. Alright, so that was red, yellow, yellow. You can see the enemies over there. So red, yellow, yellow. Oh, it flashed green, which means we did it correctly. So let's go again. That was yellow, green, blue, blue, green. Oh, flash green again. So if I was correct, that's blue, red, yellow, yellow. Oh, as you can see, the enemy now comes since we got it wrong. Just hide, make sure. Can't see us, so let's do it again. Yes. Okay, so that was... Oh, as you can now see, door closes. He tries to come. He can't, since the door is now closed. We go in, and we win. A simple enough level. I hope you enjoyed the experience as much as I did. And let's just head to desktop. And with that being said, have a nice day.
Hello, my name is Gavin Wood, and this is my Milestone 2 review. Go ahead and open the game. The mechanic I decided to work on is the skill check mechanic. Let's see. So the skill check mechanic is on a blueprint component, so it can be added to a variety of things, such as puzzles, doors, and in my case, a locker. The team and I decided that it was pretty boring that the player could just hop in a locker and do nothing and could be untouchable. They could sit in there all day if they wanted to. But now, if you get in the locker, you're prompted with a skill check. When you succeed it, it'll pop up another skill check. When you fail it, the monster will come and investigate the locker. As you can hear, he's stomping towards me now. Now, if he's super far away, he might not make it to the locker. Right here, he did. He opened the door, and game over. So, you really have to make sure you hit the skill checks if the monster is close. If he's far away, you can get away with just leaving and running the other direction. Hopefully you don't run into him. In the case of that room, you'd probably be screwed because it is a dead end. But, yeah, that's how the skill check works. We just want more player engagement with the locker. Just can't sit in there all day. It's boring. But now you have to do the skill checks. He's attacking me. Get in the locker. Succeed the skill checks. I'll do his little investigation and run off. Perfect. Now I think it's safe to get out of the... Yeah, I'm good. So now I'll build the generator. Just ran right by me. I was right outside his sight range, it looks like. As far as the philosophy of the level goes, I just wanted a very simple, compact level to kind of prompt the player to get into the lockers more. With it being so compact, the monster will definitely be after you more than, say, a bigger open level. So this makes you have to get in the locker more and makes you experience the skill check more. It's basically a big circle, because right there that path is blocked. So go through here, go through that hallway. You can go either to the starting room, which is a dead end, or go straight, and then it's basically a giant loop with lockers and very key places that no matter what, you always have the sprint bar to get to a locker, most likely. Can I squeeze on by this guy? Nope, nope. For sake of video, I will just succeed all the skill checks so I don't have to restart. Alright, I think he's leaving. Cool. So now I'll grab this battery. I believe this might be the last, is this the last piece of the key puzzle? Yeah, I think so. So lose condition is when the monster just catches you or you mess up your skill check and he slams open that locker door. And the win condition is if you walk through this door right here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the level. Go ahead and run into the win kill condition. Restart. I hope you enjoyed my demonstration. That'll be it. Have a good one.
Hello, this is Eris Tori, a member of Team Lunar, and so today I'm going to be playtesting the level that I created. So the level that I created is actually the enemy teleport. So anyway, welcome to that. So no one will cry. So that no one will cry. So in milestone number 2, like I said, I'm done enemy teleport, which says in the dialogue the monster can disappear and reappear, but it'll happen in each nav points. So like what I mean is that the monster will it's a teleporting monster. So as you can hear, there's a sound effect that is playing if the enemy teleports. So when this happens, it's like it's like a warning sign where the enemy teleports and where it's at. Oh, there he is. He's right here. But there's also a losing condition, which is actually where if the enemy catches you or if you walk towards it. Okay, so the enemy has disappeared once again. So right now we're gonna collect the puzzles, and of course some open cabinets, just to see if. Nope, that's not it. But there's one. All right. So we are going to go to the basement and be more careful. So the enemy is around here somewhere. Alright. So be more careful. Up there it is. Let's set that down. Open the door. Collect this. So the enemy. Alright, so we got the first puzzle. Now to get the second puzzle. Yes, so like I said, we're gonna have to be careful, but luckily we have checkpoints, which I will be showing y'all once we get at least two puzzles. Well, the two parts of the puzzles at least. So let's walk down here. We got so we got the hands as our lever. Here we go. Now not for the next pieces, but just in case, we will need to, like I said, head to the checkpoint. So the checkpoint is right here. Okay, alright, so now we're going let's see, there's candles over there. So we can go back upstairs, get the others. The enemies of, oh yep, he's here. And he caught me. But luckily we have a checkpoint. Just so that we don't lose any track here. But luckily we didn't lose any like puzzle pieces or anything like that. So let's head back upstairs. No enemy to be seen. Let's open the door, which is required. And let's open another door. Since we got the other key. Oh, he's right here. Side under the bed. I'm not sure. I can't tell if he's gone or. So so we have we also have a hide under the bed mechanic, which is actually by pressing the H button. Okay, so we got Smart somewhere. I'm not sure where he is. All right, so we got the other piece. The enemy. Yep, he's right here. So we gotta be careful. Okay, so he's gone. That's good. That's good that he's gone. Let me get with the battery. Be careful because the hazards around. Okay, so we see the enemy that's over there. So, alright. Everything's going good as it is now. So we need one more puzzle to go, one more piece to go. So the puzzle needs to do is just generator and the light puzzle. But just in case, let's head to the checkpoint right here. Alright. You see the enemy that's right here, so we gotta be careful. Here we already went here. Hopefully we'll be fine since the enemy's not around here. Alright, now that we got the last puzzle, now we can finally open the generator. So we gotta be careful since, like I said, the enemy teleports whatsoever. And so now that we got the last bit of generator, it should work as intended. But first off, let's just hide under the side in here just in case. Let's get until it teleports at least. Okay, so now it teleported. Now we reached our checkpoint. Now what's left is complete the light puzzle. And now okay, so we got another dialogue here. And so we're gonna complete the light puzzle quickly. There we go. So the enemy should be around here somewhere, I think. If we die again, we're gonna have to complete the light puzzle yet again. But the only thing, one more thing we need to do now. Oh, okay. And now the only thing that we need to do now, since the door is open right here, is to get this key. The key right here is the main door key. But we're gonna have to be more careful since the enemy is right here. Oh. Oh no! And it caught me. Oh man. Alright, so we're in where we are. So now we gotta complete the life puzzle yet again. Sadly, since we died. But luckily we have a checkpoint where it's near the end of the game. But we gotta be careful because the enemy just heard the hazard, and now he might be on his way to chase us around. Alright, so here we go. We got like I said again, we gotta be careful. Since the AI is probably around here somewhere. Probably up here, I think. I'm predicting. Yep, there he is. Right here, but we gotta wait. He's already near the door, so okay, so now he's gone. We gotta collect the key quickly as possible again. Alright, we got the key. Shoot, he's right here. Let's hide it here. Let's hide it here. Let's hide it here. We're gonna hide it here. At least right by. Alright, he should be gone now. And now we can finally escape. We got the key to the main door. We complete the puzzles. And yeah. And so we finally escaped. Whew. And that's it. That's the win collision. Yep, that's the win condition of the game. And yep, that is all the puzzles. That is all the puzzles, the keys, and the game in general. Yep. And even the enemies and the teleports. And that's all that I want to showcase. I really want to thank you guys so much for watching.